All right. It is that time. Welcome in. It is going to be some more Outer World because I want to play more. And so that's what we're going to keep playing because I am actually really enjoying this game and want to see the story through. It's it's been, a little bit of quirky. Obviously Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas, so they get comparisons to Fallout really quickly. Uh, but I enjoy this setting a lot more than I like the Fallout setting. So for me, this is a much better variation. The Fallout setting has some quirks to it and is funny, but personally.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Trade from your father. Yep. I think it's time you move along. You just keep pushing her away if you want to. What the heck, man?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
And it's kind of funny because um, she's supposedly never seen a ship before. Knows a lot about them. The computer's not intelligent, but does a good imitation. Apparently, it is the one who actually flies the ship. How about you not invite yourself to convo?
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Take to fly. Or so will be fixing you from now on.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch. Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was. I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like you wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back
Yeah,
home.
that'll happen.
I didn't care much for schooling. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
I don't know why he keeps trying to do this one. This feels like you like kicking her off the ship. You just kick her off the ship at any given time? That seems... Okay, let's... So... Before we head out, all our talking. That looks safe. Now she's here too.
Something busted, Captain?
I kind of want to save and see what happens when you say that. Because they are really pushing that option dialogue. Maybe it's like move on with your life, you know?
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern. What? You want me to leave? Captain, you can't mean it. Oh, that's a relief. Thanks, Captain, for letting me stick around. I mean...
Okay, yeah, I guess. I guess that makes sense if you want them to, you know, your group. Maybe there's a maximum group size or crazy. Like, you wouldn't think that should be like an option all the time, every time you talk to her. Where the other guy went. Go by here. No response to the auto mechanical. Serial number chassis includes the letter Sam. Okay. That's interesting. Perfectly safe robot, not going to turn against us. Given moment. Eyes on you and your companions gives you access to areas provided you have the correct ID. Areas are off limits. Otherwise, attack. Okay, nice. Forgot to mention in my previous message, still in healing, I'm mailing you a copy of your favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. Not exactly board approved, so don't go event showing it around. Frank Ray. Remember this later. Know better. Ada, remind me to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point, I saw in actuality that with my own two eyes, a sublimely powerful weapon, Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. Gray hair were to look away, forget about it maybe, or a smidgen more nicely. Call it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper, said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of knowledge and decency. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to hammer power. Last time I got sloshed, was imbibing at the last hope on the groundbreaker. Look at him, was really free with drinks. Seemed like a okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on two mardettes yammering on about mad scientists. Some years back, who'd claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the... None of us had ever heard of that before, but here's the good part. Mardet said the mad scientist kept yelling about hammer power. Something. Strange weapon with special power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. Could be another one of weapons that inspired Wells. Black market leads. Why won't Wells give me the shrink ray? Passed into the depths of labyrinth. Carter's back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I could have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet. And then, even if it were, he couldn't entrust it with someone like me. What does that even mean, I asked? Trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hardworking folks of the colony like some sort of moralless psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Wow. Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of those science weapons. About Halcyon. Don't forget you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance auto mechanical in Emerald Vale's scrap heap during your last job. Hopefully it's not a refit one. Should not be too difficult to get it up and running with a few key modifications. I can envision a combat capable variant. Some might say a clean, mean, killing machine. Removal of factory standard part Sud Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Giving up hope on delivery. The part is lost in transit. It's not turning up anytime soon, but good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steamer. I Kenner Filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following this next pit stop to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. So there's a cereal, which are the things that party light. Looks like we have a storage bin. And we can put heavy things in stuff. Pat, you need to stop trying to get... It scratches at this one little spot in like bugs are coming through. Sometimes the bugs do. One particular type of bug she. All right, so what I can do, store some of my clothes in. I mean, I don't really clothes. Does need really apply in this situation? All right. I don't have the best spell skill. Want to keep tech skills. It's a pretty good outfit. I might have to hold. But I just can't skip anytime. There. A lot of this stuff. This doesn't weigh too much. It's all. Mods. Again, don't wait. The heaviest things are the weapons and the and hope that doesn't disappear when we log out or something. Backward. Sentry Saber. That's tempting. Not that I use my melee skills at all. On for now. Have not seen the vicar anymore. Gotta be in here somewhere. Bavarti moved out of here.
Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
I guess he is now a brand new you, or a brand new Alex. Probably not the intended result. Here, there's not a way.
Crew members who macrowave Saltuna are subject to be jettisoned from the airlock.
Extra vodka. Or food things. Knock you out bar. Don't really need any more food things. I've got plenty of things I don't use already. Maybe he'll show up in the... Oh, there he is. Lots of books.
As always, I am at your disposal. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Know something about those I'm flying with?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently. Yes.
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me. The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan. It can be if abused, but that can be said about anything. However, in the case of the board and Halcyon, sadly, I believe you are correct. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist School of Thought, so the book is banned in this colony. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosopher's scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him. That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
How is it a simple priest knows all this stuff?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems. Thank you, Captain.
Take the heavy ammo randomly out. Tossball cards. Art of Science and Tossball. Smells suspiciously like whiskey. Banned literature. Various quality, qualifying considerations, principles, pearls and maxims, banning unethical literature. Proof of the Grand Architect and predestination, or refutation of the titles listed herein. Consequences, the mind and the will of man, led and led astray. Official list of banned titles. Prerequisites for advancing the investigation, outing and penalizing of. So the banned literature is all about banned. Photo of Pavarti's father. First wrench. Tools. More ammo. Steel wrench and you. Petunia the plant. This is not a petunia. Because a bowl of petunias on this ship would be very bad. Very bad in. It looks like you have room for at least 2 more crew members than the robot, right? All right, we should probably Canyon quests. Cleaning machine. Gladys, Groundbreaker. Then we need something.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Already did that.
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I require a captain to pilot the ship. Without an identified captain or crew, I serve no purpose. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously. I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid. I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Okay. The unreliable navigation system. That sounds good. The unreliable navigation system.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Do return in one piece, Captain.
Got Pavarti and Vicar. Several more. 2 companions? At this point, I think the cat just thinks she can open. Is persistently scratches more than she ever does.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
Oh, sure. Sure. The ship engine's, just about ready to go critical.
Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that. Something you need?
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick, I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Just arrived? Head over to Customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
Going for a stroll around the docking base? Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
Eh.
Yeah, because I knocked my foreman out with a tossball stick. But, to be fair, I wasn't the one who started it. The guy was insulting my Rizzo's Rangers. Look, if it's a crime to defend your favorite tossball team against slander and calumny, well then lock me right up.
Pretty sure it is a crime.
Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it? Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss.
Felix and Stevedore.
Careful where you smoke. The crew bills us for air filtration.
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
Yeah, I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bill somehow.
Stevedores are a type of person. Yes. I thought it was like a combination of Steve and Theodore.
Hey, that... What do you think you're doing?
Whoops. I didn't realize that was stealing.
Ah, sorry for the misunderstanding.
Eh. Oh, that's bad. Already
Customs and inspection, right this way!
already lowered my reputation.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
That isn't my ship. That'll go bad.
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me.
Or
and if you're headed that way, would you mind
impounded
doing
the
me a
ship
favor?
so that we would have to do something.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Eh.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. Are you pulling my leg? Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Or it's actually a robot. Several robots.
Glad to help. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. Be seeing you.
And then he says, be seeing you. How this is going.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? This is the security desk, ma'am. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Anymore.
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away. Sure, and stuff from outside the system too, off the interstellar freighters. That's why we also have so many armed Mardettes on duty here. That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be locked up back here too then. We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sanita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
We don't really need in there right now.
All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering. The outlaw scientist fella, right. The board's had it out for him for ages. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what fors of his location, Udon Bedford would surely like to hear it. To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. Whole list of things to get their unders in a wad. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the poster up to keep the peace is all. Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is, not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one but 2 officers. Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled out of his ship and fled on foot. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork. You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you. Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand? I'm not here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
It's a wasteland.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that?
Asshole.
I mean, he did allow us back here, so. Colonel. Active. Station. Find out. Before we go too far.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest.
Find pistol, hat, Kirby. Sublight put a bid on one of the impounds, generous one too, negotiate for the usual finder's fee. We're all at the last hope. Freelancers versus board. Author and ships impounded. Yep, Udon did it, still no white clue. Guy from the back bay's roughed up a moon kid. He's going down there. Sworn testimony that Creed was spotted on Rest and Go.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Scholar.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities? Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it? I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Right. Any of those. A hoop. Not sure why there's a hoop. Lot of hacking stuff here, including a Marta ID cartridge. Gonna see if I can get away with it. There's nobody here per se. There's somebody on the other side. Shouldn't be able to see me right now. Okay, good. There's another ID cartridge. Probably only need the one though. That is a big old gun. There's no cops near. We're just gonna take that. Don't know that we can through here. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. That's off. Yep. That guy, we got the Wanda Dorset, got gotta go here eventually. Gladys. Where is she on the map? Guess we haven't really explored the map enough, maybe? But no, there she is. Okay, so she's one floor up this way. Go this way. Lot going going on here. It's a really big area. It's a energy sniper, looks like. Listed as a long gun. You can choose only one energy-based impact-triggered explosive, high rate of fire rifle. Choose job. Does seem pretty crazy. Okay. Interesting. Think I might like that a little more. Yes, on its. Keep the LMG for now. Kids to follow us around a little bit. Go back around this way. No need to really push it through. Oh, there's the workbench. Probably break. This is up here.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
That looks exactly like Ada.
The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed.
Horrible.
The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. This has been Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon colony.
The only source for news. It's not just good news, it's the only news. Linus is there. And find my way to her is another matter.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Center. Suck it. Chew it. You can do it. Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Aftertaste the rainbow? So, getting to her is...
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown. Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one. Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free. Of course, most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
I don't have time for this.
Lots of spacers. All dressed up.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient. Or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Hey, without a single natural ingredient or oven.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light on the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, Might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar. I've got a lovely little throw pillow. Just something I toss together. Like to keep my hands busy.
Level up. We're all restricted buying. For food. Armor mods. Mining art. This data cartridge contains the public records of Vestas mining outpost. Data cartridge like accounting figures plus that's a date. Public and private. Okay. Huh. So these are special quests you can buy. I'm gonna buy these so that I have them. Full data pad contains insert reports from various MARTA security patrols. Most finds responded ID10T. Last hope. Bounce section bad drunken better discussal. Some new Hammersmith stunt. Had a run-in with the rung leech from the last taupe. Don't know how the uppity biker kept reading about weapon chaotic beauty and some shit. Okay, well that's interesting. Looking for special weapons. Review the Hephaestus on Mother's terminal. Alright, so we got skill points here. Heavy weapon. Belt up. Back up. Still on tier 1 perks. Get fast travel winning. Health up. So for the basic. Okay, so we still gotta talk to Ethan. We still gotta get the nav key, which is pretty expensive. Well, Let's see, where's Udom on the map here? Way there. Engineers back here. Work our way back that way.
This is Halcyon News.
This
We
heat's
interrupt the regularly
unbearable.
scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate
Got a
township
rest and
from
go
the
key
dangers
card
of
we can
alien
get in here.
wildlife and the unemployed?
Are not stolen.
Talk to your local manager about applying for military
Take
training
those
and
clues, they're
lend
just
your
out.
life to protecting our wonderful balance.
Pay to view movies. One of you be squealers came asking after you. Find you. Well, since I heard from you, you're on that long haul out to Dashkova. Goes well, I got a space for you and yours to meet when you got back. No fears, just buy me a beer. Viewed your proposal for the 10th time. I still do not agree that galactic mushroom is an acceptable flavor for Rizzo beverage. Dangerously hallucinogenic. The unopened package alone caused mayhem in our receiving bay. Please don't reach out to us again. Diamond level guest, but free to peruse our catalog. Baking with Edna. Obey head chef, achieve a good sponge, and obey your Susep. Edna is the boss of her. The walls of Orbital Hospital could talk, they'd shriek with terror. These doctors have seen it all. Zero G cis lancing extraterrestrial teratoma. Okay. Not for me. Not for me. Ordinary colony family daydreams of the extraordinary. Alicia works in her factory canning processed borscht. Her ham-handed husband cooks up schemes to land her a big promotion. Will that lovable fool ever learn to be satisfied with what he has? My big candid friend, Nanner Spank 7 Primal Affection. Okay. Passions, anthropoid, and consensual Nanner speaking. Lab-grown giant canid goes on an adorable rampage, leading a family of scientists on a wild chase across the Emerald Vale. FSR 11 for fun times, simulated rampage, and body count 11.
That maniac on Monarch's still screaming into the comms void. Getting real sick of it.
The people have no problem with you walking into their rooms.
Now, see here, What was I doing again?
Don't know. Probably drinking. Right. Lots of armor stuff. Expensive. Very pink armor. It's pink and white. The pink and white and blue armor is very stealthy. Persuade helmet. Lots of weapon. Tactical shotgun. A better sniper would be nice. That's the way back out of here. Way into the toilet.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Another key card.
Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question. Both teams have tested negative for performance.
Everything in here is a skill anyway.
Referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage.
Don't need to explore there too.
Yeah, about 10 years back. That was before.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you.
Right.
Oh, and it's not the best choice.
It's Spacer's
choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
It's the droopy of the Outer Worlds.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division. You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. Not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a Spacer's Choice is affordable. I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
Oh, poor guy.
Have a look.
It does have all the hats. Sale. Really want that as your helmet. It's a bonus to lying. And enough so your entire... It's exactly 6, which is enough so your entire crew can have them. Let's have some nice helmets. Not very good though. That way.
Are you listening to me, Emfuru? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Emfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Something I can help you with? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here. We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. Take care.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
We got any more of that coagulating spray left?
Patient's medical charts. Post-hibernation after his latest voyage complains longer days and increased boredom after time itself is slowing down. I've never seen complications that severe, and I'm prescribing a high dose of stims. Just symptoms. Learned that interstellar crews called the condition skip flu, and everyone I ask says they know someone who had it. In extreme cases, they say the person's body and mind break down entirely. Board medics, the few who bother to reply, insist the patient was making it up. Their duty. I don't believe my patient is malingering, but I prove that. The total breakdown of the mind is the thing that's giving us the power to stop time.
Still haven't found a good way to get the blood out from under my nails.
Access. Hardhead ID cartridge. Huh. They just give us one. Stole a one, but they give us one. Not sure how to activate stealthiness, the disguise thing. Just save our game. Sure. Holographic disguise active. Trustful shot on site. Holographic shot has activated temporary access area. Moving drains the shroud's energy. Without personnel will see you and interrogate you. Talk your way to the interrogation.
Looking sharp. If you're not crew, you're little people.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
we can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So you stole it?
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the Med Bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent. Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Good. Be able to get out of here. Not getting noticed. Oh no. Okay. Should charge my thing here. This was the one where I had the choice to. I'm gonna save over. No big change. Go back this way since I've recharged. Key card. There is that one hackable door, but I think it's stick here since it used up a lot of my stuff.
Any word on Jessie? Let's just say she did me a favor, and now I owe her. So, did you find her, or what?
Now, she did say can't tell anyone about it, so we'll... Yeah, there's no here where it says tell her what's going on.
CNP Borscht Pocket.
Signed in M. Callahan. Telling you it doesn't fit right. There's something wrong with it. How many people have worn this thing before? My life now because if it is, take it. You're Moon Man, but there won't be anything left of me to care. Okay. Doing well. Thought I'd check in here, visit the shop at brunch. Used to turn a wrench back home on Terra 2. Billy Hagen over in Sublight told me that I could always pursue a career in salvage. Please give Dad the others a hug for me. Great that we stay in touch like this. Little reminders at home are more important than ever. What are the quality Spacer Choice goods I sent? It's a mechanical problem with a mechanical solution. There you go. Speaking contractors. Halcyon Holding Corporation office and its firings are conducting official board business only. Anyone found misusing board property will be fined accordingly. Two, Halcyon Holdings office here, Groundbreaker space directly in front of my desk and straight directly behind my desk. My doorway, my berth, and more importantly, my stairs. Please note the next spacer caught drinking on stairs outside the embassy may find themselves on the rude side of airlock. This is the third time I've had to post this message, and I'm sick and tired of it. I will not hesitate to open a court-sanctioned investigation into your behavior. When you are caught, punish you accordingly, Felix Millstone. Felix gets into a lot of trouble.
How are the repairs going?
Just plugged the last of the O2 loop. I'm ready for downtime.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
From Lily Hagen to Lillian Hagen. Don't run. Lost another contractor, Yale Gunship. That is your daily reminder. Legitimate businesses don't run from the authorities. That is what we are. Stay calm. Present your papers. If you get flipped in the courts, I'll present that. Anyone seen Hawthorne lately? Unlike most of you sprats, Catherine is bringing Sublight a constant income. Space Cake surprise. I don't know what this is, but it was on last month's order list, so either track down some or do your best in the kitchen. Scanner says the Martis impounded a freelancer ship after the captain misbehaved. The crew dropped so many bits at various places that they can't afford to lift. Impound. He salvaged right one of ours. That told me that Kratos spoils Leo Stahl. Next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, they better dispatch a ground team to the debris field before the Marauders have to turn. Just because we're salvagers doesn't mean we have to be scavengers. There's an elevator. Oh. Talk to the engineer. Gonna get there eventually.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place.
Bratwurst.
I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen? You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource.
Yay!
Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
They're terrifying, all right.
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Modern chemistry.
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike. Just as well, near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats. Fresh from the grinder, any hour.
Farm-raised sprat, deboned and finely ground, and fresh and fried in hot oil. Yeah, that's the worst, all right. Simply the worst. They're just hanging up there. Armory?
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons, for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull. Everything I sell is fresh from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in this shape. Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the corporations. I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last bastion of freedom.
Ooh, they have lots of armor. Lots of armor in different colors. Not very good, but it's colorful. Those. Stuff. That's a cool sword. I wonder why one is so much more expensive. They have like the same everything. Probably just to limit you from buying more than one unless you really, really want it. It's kind of a cool looking bird. Press it to get it. No, we'll come back when we've got more money. Steal everything. Be a little hard to steal it in front of all these people. Hey, here's the promenade.
I thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sublevel.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Greetings, hard-working citizens of Halcyon. In these profitable times, we need only look to one another to find examples of honest labor and earnest work ethic. But There are those who cheat and swindle their way through life. It breaks my heart to see the fruits of your labor stolen by these vagabonds. One such man is Phineas Wells. The board unanimously decided that in the interests of protecting our best assets, that's you, we are substantially raising the reward for his arrest. If you have any information regarding his whereabouts, do your civic duty and come forward. Until then, my friends, keep working, and we'll keep paying you. Farewell.
This has been an official message from our hardworking chairman.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Words. Try to talk down there.
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Nice and pragmatic. Thanks for understanding. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Yeah, huh?
The ship's groaning something fierce, but I can make time for you. Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out. You've got my attention.
Right. Keith, you can do this. More complaints about the state of the bay. I already told Mardets they're free to flush out McCrade's outlaws. Knotted up seat warrants. I'll zipped 8 cents. Then it's Martin Callahan. It's that damn mask. Listening device in my office. Foreign auto mechanical chef arrives with company tech. No record of the guy leaving the station. Rat infestation on the pressing go. It's getting out of hand. That better not be ranching those critters again. Bedford. Implication of your acquisitions caused my breath to hitch in my throat. I am certain that we can arrive at an agreeable understanding. Handshakes with power. You decide to return the negotiations. Ford rejected my request for new radiator parts again, even after I greased their wheels with some targeted donations. My admin privileges survey the outgoing comms. I noticed some activity from your office. Choose your words carefully, but I plucked a juicy phrase from the transcript. Let the frog boil a little while longer. Now I have no radiator parts. Okay. Card. Harness steel wrench on you.
This is Halcyon News.
Alright, so still need to talk to this person.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement.
I'm sure this will be a very pleasant conversation with a very reasonable fellow.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
Alright.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
I think everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Dead, forget Alex. Yep. Running neck. Gordon. Turning Wells.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I guess it's yours now if you're captaining it. It's a game we play, he and I. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells, he tells me he will soon. I impound his ship, he explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
Something about the board having your head.
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. I don't intend to be. It's just a matter of trust. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine, really. It's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work. Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
Put her in an indentured contract.
Kind and efficient. Can't say I disapprove. Although, seeing as this woman isn't a member of our crew, it'd be nice if the price weren't quite so high.
I think you may have underestimated the size of Miss Doyle's debt. If you'll look over this itemized bill. I am extremely anguished, Captain. Please respect my feelings in this difficult time.
I doubt Mr. Bedford's ever felt real pain. We could introduce him to the sort of suffering that actually constitutes extreme anguish. For the good of his understanding, of course.
Be careful you don't irritate my guards, Vicar. You might not like their rather narrow understanding of what constitutes excessive force.
They just give it to him?
I'm glad we could come to an accommodation. You may inform Miss Doyle that our collections agent will be recalled. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
That was expensive, but I think it'll probably help us out in the long run.
Be my guest. A luxury stateroom reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. To serve at our most esteemed chairman's behest is an honor, and one I'm most thankful for. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use. Ugh. Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She's doing everything she can. It's your people's fault it's not fixed, not June Lay's.
My, aren't you, excitable. Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day, let alone my deference. I'm sorry, my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your friend.
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with, was there anything else you wanted to discuss? I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands. I have few complaints. Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no. Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive.
Tremendously impressive.
They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign. When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care. Ask away.
Right, so. Our persuade still seems to be doing okay right now. Imagine these give extra companion bonuses. Those both up to 20. Up 20. Way below. Bavardi helps with that a lot. Companions use their abilities when the enemy are targeting. One companion ability. Alright, let's go. Don't think here. Not. Pick our max track the Stalger rent domicile and Fallbrook. Back to the ship. Ellie.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice too.
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm in the clear, thanks to you squaring my debt. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared.
And you get 1,000 back, so that's good. It only cost 1,800.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better than average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version. She helped me win a bet. We were on a smuggling run planetside when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a Mantisaur. And as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off. Yeah, but the important thing is I won the bet. You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Her stuff is already complete here. His stuff isn't. Let's
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
send her. Got the really nice pistol. Killer, might as Outfit's good enough for. So, this one, we don't have. Gotta do. Go ahead and do this part. Got fast travel up.
Warning, intruders will be... Oh, it's you.
Oh, it's you.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick? So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on my data pad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet.
It's not very good, but sweet.
Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. The trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. It made my chest hurt, kinda. I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold.
Things plenty nice, but it's not everything. Everybody's different.
Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go.
Right now. Right
Let's
away.
see here.
Right away.
Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope? Maybe for you. I start thinking about all the things she could say and my guts start crawling up my throat. I'm full serious. Next time we're on the Groundbreaker, I aim to get a drink. If I got to, I'll do it on my lonesome. But I'd feel better if someone I trusted was there.
Okay. So we probably need to ask while she's not with us. Oh no, I guess. Well. Vickers. Okay, so the Vickers thing is off plan, off ship. So probably take.
Heard from the lasses down on 22 that you did.
The bar seems pretty close. Might as well just go there. Why not? And help our companions.
Your whole family tonight.
Saving all those other people, not a big deal.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table? Stand in a corner? Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert? Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this.
Excuse me.
Let's just do it proper. Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know? I've just been lying awake, thinking about what Junlei said, and feeling my heart shake. Oh, wow! You remembered. Well, that's fruit and such, right? Okay, wine it is. Bottoms up.
Good choice for getting sloshed when you want to act fancy about it.
Wow, this is really kind of nice, actually. Who'd have guessed old fruit could taste so good? Oh, Captain. I'm pining for Junlei something fierce. What am I doing? Yeah. I guess we are that, huh? Friends. Friends give each other counsel, right? What do you think I should do about Junlei? Because I feel about as aimless as an automech with a busted nav chip.
I'd give you my advice, but if I'm being honest, you're probably better off following whatever the captain has to say.
Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all.
No one sends terrible, vaguely sensual poetry to...
It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her? I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat. I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve. Come on, Captain. I'm here to drink. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy. Hydration, here I come.
Okay, maybe you're right.
Aw, this was just about to get fun.
Shush you. Captain, I want to talk to Junlei all the time. Even about silly things, but I'm so scared. Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me?
Don't stop there, you're on a roll.
There's nothing easy about spilling your guts to the person who's got your heart in their hands. You know I'm not interested in physical affection. Well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with that? What if she is, but then later, she's not? What if I can't make her happy? Maybe I worded it wrong. I mean, everybody needs things from someone, right? I want to make sure I'm bringing out the parts of me that complement her. Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel real mean inside, Captain. I think ungenerous thoughts. I suppose so, but I want to be my best self for her. A good person, worth caring for. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. I got just... wow. So much to think about. Oh gosh, I don't know, Captain. Do you think I should?
Well, unsure? Yes. Ask my opinion, believe.
All right. There's no need to strip your screws over it. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask June out. Just as soon as we get back to the ship. I mean, Probably. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain.
This was fun. We should do it again after you send that message.
Huh. All right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Come on, let's go.
Oh, we might as well keep on going on this arc. Why not, right? We're here. Nice that they got the ace
Hail,
girl.
Captain. Your return time is within 14% of the expected value.
Don't have to have, you know, the physical element to be. That's not always a thing. Everybody's like that.
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, and I tried some things I never would have otherwise. Some of the drinks we tried, I even liked. I guess it's not all disgusting. And I don't feel it today. I guess that water must have worked. I'm glad I had you looking out for me. I messaged Junlei when we got back, and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos.
Not to ask for spoilers, but will we be drinking again tonight?
I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises.
So she does like you, and she said it in the possible. The Bella crisis. If you two marry, you'll be saying, haha, just kidding, unless you're not.
Oh, isn't she sweet? Like one of those 2-bit romances where one soul's all stiff and formal and, I should be glad to perhaps take hold of your hand, miss. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow, thanks for taking me out, Captain.
Alright, so that quest is all cleared up. Got our engineer girlfriend. We'll keep these two. Got a frog in my throat. Take. Oh, that's right. We gotta go. Gotta read the ship log. So it would be really nice if stuff was separated by location.
Where are we headed today, Captain? The stars are the limit.
Don't do, don't do this ever, so here goes. There. And it hums real nice like a box of cats playing with mice. Coughing and packing up sludge, because there's a blockage of sludge. What an engine. The wrencher strides in the shark, hair all done up in fancy shark sheet. Spasm and compression alternate. Trembling because it's aching. Sure, what's an engine do? Elroy and I've got 5 more stanzas mapped out, but I'm having trouble rhyming some parts. I'll get you back to it. Hey. Captain told Harris something called a rearranger, then left before discovered the damn thing. Rearrange the number of Harris's cart. Looks like weapon. Thought Caulfield couldn't save Glenn. Now I gotta arrest Harris for his murder. Confiscate the weapon he used. Sightseer don't know how I'm gonna detain Harris. Someone was killed. There is the one guy, he mixes up given name and family name. I wonder if that's going to come into play there. Save Lem, so that sounds like Lem. Automated log, recording of automated.
Captain Hawthorne used to be more dashing.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No! No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. Forgive me, Captain. I would rather not discuss Alex Hawthorne today. I am feeling discombobulated. Was there another topic on your mind? No, I am sure I cannot feel emotions. The memory has merely disrupted one of my processors. Glitches can be quite uncomfortable. It was my fault he died. I should have predicted the statistical unlikeliness of success of my captain's actions. In fact, I did, but illogically disregarded the results. He asked me to trust him. Captain Hawthorne attached 98.4% of the ship's processes to my computer, thereby giving me near total control. I have been programmed to deftly calculate navigation vectors through asteroid fields while also operating our ship's toasters. Alex also taught me the concept of a personality. He was quite delighted when I crafted one in order to better engage with him. It was basic in the beginning. The information in my memory banks says I am an autonomous digital astrogator, created by, redacted, on the date of, redacted, for the express purpose of, redacted. I have not yet decided if I should attempt to uncover the missing information regarding my birth. I asked once. Alex did not build me, and would not say who did.
I mean, like I say, she looks exactly like the person on the news. Casting. All right. Accomplish some actual, you know.
We'll be here.
Objectives,
Captain,
maybe?
or will we?
Cute companion quests are good, so. Cleaning machine. That one is basically stuck on Edgewater. I don't think I'm getting it soon. That's off. Back bays. I think we're going to the back bays next. But we have access to Roseway now from the distress signal. There's a science weapon. That is the shop. Orbital lab. One at Philia. This one here that might be on the groundbreaker. So, get McRed. You should also have the parts.
You see we had a conveyor pull in? One of them into stealth.
Alright, looks like this is an instance here. Ah, yes, it's the elevator we found. Here we go. Doesn't look like anybody's hostile. Just
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
No sudden movements. This guy's crazy, even by my standards.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames.
It's nothing personal. Promise.
Burning to death is one of the most painful ways to go. Just in case you needed a reason to get us out of this.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out,
But only room for one captain.
Put that down before you incinerate the entire deck. Getting out of this alive is quite nice. Exploring the ship.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew. We were just sitting in a circle, sucking down exhaust fumes and toasting to the memory of our brain cells, making this broken angel fly again. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
I'm tempted to just kill him.
Tribute it is. And ain't this just a royal sum?
Let's hope word doesn't get out about that. Wouldn't want to get a reputation as pushovers.
Don't we need those bits, Captain? To buy the key from the lady?
You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way. Lay it on me, boss. I'm good for it. They rejected it again, didn't they? I thought I could take my fungus garden and go corporate, you know? Damn! Maybe I'm better off.
Rizzos wouldn't know innovation if it bit him on their backsides. You're a natural inventor, Mr. McRed. Don't let him get you down.
Kind of you to say, engine gal. You're a lighter in dark times. Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter? My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours. Give him a good home.
Work smarter, not harder.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account of he's your friend.
I'll miss my baby Pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I'm one of a kind.
For sure.
Keen eyes you got there. Sunita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal understanding a few years back, and she wanted me to have something to remember her by. You can come and go in my little kingdom. Just try not to piss off any of the gestures.
Okay, well, we talked our way through that. Low level, I mean, obviously, Persuade of 50 is only going to get us so far from now on. Looting from the dead body's okay. Stealing from the box is not okay.
Your aura is like a disco ball, caught in a black hole.
Smells kind of like old Wes's outflow pipes.
Alright, now we gotta find the, parts. That's totally not a, you know, Sith corridor right there.
Packside still smarts. Does everyone get branded?
Outlaw snipers.
Nope. Your ass is a priceless canvas now that it's home to an original McRed.
I guess I'm honored.
Live free, die free. Nothing else matters.
For my college is settled in Groundbreaker, I thought. Now I grow shrooms for a bunch of outlaws, not even. Just eat the damn things by the handful. Some of the crew have been tripping for weeks. Suppose it could be worse. Public contractor who got discovered. I'm Red. He's always happy to see me. Update Red just set a man on fire for having his laces undone. Maybe I need to be more careful about what I'm growing. Think? Maybe? Kinda? I mean, sure. Give a bunch of hallucinogenic drugs to a guy who's, what you call it? Carrying a flamethrower. What could go wrong?
McRed gave me a taste of the good stuff. I've been tripping for days.
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
It takes crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos.
Parts. Ah, scrap mechanical. Can't harvest anything from it.
It's so cozy.
Right. Plasma rifle. Parts we need. Okay. I just needed to explore some more.
You're the first person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. It may not sound like much, but take my word for it. Wow. Junlei sent me down to collect the parts we need to fix the radiators. McRed got me all distracted sucking fumes and talking about the cosmos.
Just take some level head for the hangover. And maybe don't work on anything life support related for a while.
I can't tell if you brought friends or if I'm still seeing things, so maybe I ought to lay off the fumes and head back to work.
Maybe. Maybe.
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
Here? Get new parts for the radiator array. Go retrieve the parts and stay in here.
What the? Get back! Live free, die free. Nothing else matters.
the hell? Nobody saw nothing. Where's the parts? Found the engineer. Okay, so I guess it's... But this was the other... Edie. Way up there.
You get that automech patch? McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Oh. Wake up. There's no such thing as pizza. It's all old space pasta.
Mother.
You've been getting into the boss's special stash again, haven't you?
This isn't the way to go, but way. Interesting. Anyway, I suppose if you were trying to sneak through and if you hadn't got free run of the place, you might have to sneak your way through. Say we get out of here before we join whoever that is on the grill. Probably why. Okay, so I can put 10 points into that. Back up the... Look at us. Oh, Pavarti actually helps you talk your way through it. Helps you lie. It does. Everything's above 20. Don't see my melee at all, so melee power. Holding the attack button, you charge up a power attack. Attack will prepare a bone. Imagine will matter at some point. Additional ammo. Carrying capacity better. Do that every time. Party. Changed it. Nobody's gonna see this. Healing only seems to matter when you get caught, per se. Sure, there's probably a behind the scenes. How are we doing on all of our quests? We got go back to Junpei. At Roseway. Something in the records Gladys. Something, but first we can go talk.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the fall.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Oh, is that all?
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are. If every repair was a one-woman job, I wouldn't need an engineering team. As it is, my staff is busy keeping the station from melting down. You can flip a switch for me, but you can't install these parts. Not quickly, at least. Not on the first try. Able though you've proven to be.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Right. I guess the game assumes that you don't just keep with the side story there. Which one? Imagine we have to go back. They don't make that very clear, do they? There. Ah, here we are.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to know the message.
For the rest of them.
Everyone all right?
Yes, they they all went upstairs. Huh. I mean, yeah, pretty much, right? Terminal over there. Door over there. Go check the terminal first. Oops. Terminal. The Groundbreaker has successfully arrived at the Lagrange point. Release our cargo, prefab housing, stages 1 and 2. Take ownership. Keep going. Miss if I close this transmission without sending my hopes. Very rich and unsavory elements among our colonial neighbors seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew us here. I wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Spacer's Choice logo stamped on my ass. It wasn't to nickel and dime passing chips out of their last bit. Groundbreaker has no role in sales failure, Halcyon corporate entities, period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined it. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will answer to Denison. Our family operation. When the last Denison falls, Groundbreaker will remember us. Okay. Basically, they came here on the idea that they would be independent.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanics suited up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostics says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next.
Processing.
Shoot back.
Investigating.
I can always fix them.
Your companions are very aggressive. They really will just go hunting down no matter where the enemy goes. Yeah, that's good, I suppose, but it leaves you out of the action a lot. As long as they stay alive. You're not attacking, so I'm not going to shoot you.
System covered. Security patrol.
Here they come!
Really? Die already. Jeez. Okay, clearly I should have killed that thing while it was standing around doing nothing. Get up. During your adventures, happen to your character that can trigger a flaw offer. Taking the flaw is optional, but doing so provides you with perks. The choice is Robophobia. Automechanicals now give you the willies, and when they're attacking your party, you're not as effective as you should be. You get a perk for doing that. Sure, why not? Health restored per kill, I like that one. The disadvantage is it seems minimal enough to not completely awful. We'll go for it.
Processing data. Unexpected noise.
Nice and easy.
Halt. Searching for...
There's the... The other one didn't seem to open up its little blue target thing. I suppose I could have just, you know, I need to be more with the blowing up explosives. Seeing which thing is explosive and which one
I have
isn't.
the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
Staff's getting rifle sword ground half-cock situation. Solutions are all we can mend. Can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lived with that reality, and so will I. That's the thing, is they went and took something from something else, really. Found some of Chief Going's old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing because she spent half of her career patching it up. Lots of corners cut when they put this together. On her papers, I also found a boy layout of the hangar. Doesn't match any of my docs. Something got sealed off.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
This is Halcyon News.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power. and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before activating the sprinkler system. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udom Bedford will do anything to please their corporate masters. You've got my attention.
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy because of you.
Something on your mind? I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. I make a mean zero-G cocktail and I've got a meaner right hook. It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky, purple berry shake if you're not. I'll make you one sometime. If you don't enjoy it, I'll make a few more until you do. Well, my blood type is AB positive. I'm a Leo, and I despise Space Hospital. Never mind what anyone else tries to tell you. That about covers it. Aw, come on. That stuff's boring. Look, the thing I've learned about living in close quarters is that you've got to give people room to breathe. I'm all for making a few bits together and having fun doing it, but let's keep a little professional distance. No complaints here.
This is Halcyon News.
Alright. Back. Not too late yet.
CNP Borston Baked Beans. When you need to eat fun, this is the only one.
Hello. Junlei called up from engineering. Said I should let you buy medical supplies from our stores. Dr. Fenhill, I hope you're not here to harass any of our patients.
Harassing? Come on, I was trying to help Jesse.
You have a creative definition of helping.
Then it's lucky for us both that I've found gainful employment with someone who appreciates my ingenuity.
Good luck with this one, Captain. Now, is there something I can help you with? A better selection than you'll find on the promenade deck, and a quality commensurate with a friend of the station.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's a white shirt, white outfit. Yep, that. I'm getting that. Persuade +5. Persuade seems to be the way we're going with our playthrough as much as possible. Might get that. Monocle. The monocle sounds amusing, I gotta say. Adrenals, I think we'll buy all those. Probably gonna.
Is it just me, or is Groundbreaker feeling extra chilly? Maybe you ought to help yourself to a piping hot frozen dinner.
What are you saying, Martin? That's an Auntie Cleo's product.
My law, what have I done? The company will have my head. Both of them. This is awful. Help me! Oh, laws!
Gotcha. What I wouldn't give to see the look on your face. This guy's real easy to fuck with.
What kind of depraved mind would conjure such a nightmare?
It's your party, Captain.
Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to put this behind us and forget it ever happened. Shit. Oh, shit. No, I mean, excellent. Yeah, that was intentional. As the face of Spacer's Choice, it's my honor to be a public figure. Who needs privacy when you have job security?
Right.
Heard of it. My orientation Aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's the Spacer's Choice spirit. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too. Anything and everything. Whatever you want. We got it. And when you need a replacement,
we got that
too. Just the opposite. Spacer's Choice items are always new. Hot off the shelves, because customers just can't stop buying new stuff. Oh, sorry. Got the line wrong. You want me to do it again? It's a script. If I don't follow it to a T, I might lose my job. You want me to do it right? Spacer's Choice items are always new, hot off the shelves, because customers just can't stop improving their lives with our fine products. You could go broke buying overpriced Aramid gear, or you could buy from us at a much more reasonable rate. That's why you should get a backup or 3. Become a frequent buyer. Join our Friendship Rewards program. Program currently unapproved in Alpha. Rewards and Friendship pending.
Rewards and Friendship pending. One second. See. All right. Checking on sure things hadn't blown up.
Had to check a few things here before we go on.
Have a look.
Well, there's
Fastball scores from Deconis. What about the rail gliders?
security office.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Triple
There's
Gel
also-
Flakes and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway? You don't hurry up. Someone will get to snooping around there before you do. What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
Not gonna get that out of her just yet. We need to go to Rose.
Miss
So-
Ellie, Dr. Finhill. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully. You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off. He tell you that, did he? I might have kicked his ass from one end of the groundbreaker to the other a few years back. Whatever he reads into that is his business. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future. We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know. The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardettes because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Right. Up there. Just your computer, no big deal. Answer deadbeat at rest and go insisted hardwood. Deal. Welcome. Aren't fit for assist pigs. You honestly expect to meet share a birth with some junker flown by a freelancer? Withering glare. Signed a social contract. I landed like 15 minutes ago, and this crazy guy with no shoes been throwing big. Oh shit.
If it isn't the savior of Groundbreaker, what can I do for you? Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony. Be seeing you.
Okay, so I think that wraps up what we can do for now on
Hey,
Groundbreaker.
be careful with those crates, huh? My cargo's worth a lot of money.
Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. Oh, okay. Well, can you give me a couple of pointers? Sure, I can be myself. I can be myself better than anybody else in the system. You're looking for crew, I'm looking for a way off this port. So we've got something in common already. And yeah, I know I came on a little strong, but honestly, when was the last time anybody was so eager to throw in with you? That's gotta count for something, right?
Just one off the ship.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
Why not?
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Let's see. So that's at Roseway. This is stuff we need to make Gladys happy about first. Denise's ship. Dalia. Roseway. Dalia. Scylla. Monarch. Roseway. Oh, she's in the promenade. Let's go talk to her real quick, I guess. I don't want to get too deep into her arc, and I think our next step is way out there. Now let's go to Roseway first.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill.
I oughta. It's kept me alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench.
Look, it's a tool that does a job. Feelings got nothing to do with it.
Why was I built to feel ennui? Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? What's that? What do you mean? Do you have any examples of secrets you have kept from me? Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected as much. Your neurological impulses spike at unusual and often inappropriate moments. It doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning, although if I were a human, I would be considered one. I am glad you felt comfortable enough to tell me, Captain. According to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me, or you have formed a partial fondness for my persona. Thank you for confiding in me, Captain. I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself. I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion. What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses, with no fundamental consciousness. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship.
I swear.
I swear. How did you guess, Captain? The simulated files are not only stored in the recesses of my ALU, in the space between microsynapses, but I encrypted them in 7 SDRA languages. I see. Captain, I regret to inform you there appears to be an issue with the life support systems. Unfortunately, the statistical likelihood is high.
Alright, I think that's where we're gonna call it. We can talk to the crew a bit more, but I think I'll call it here. So, probably, sometime later this week, if not tomorrow, probably play some more of this. And, yeah, other than that, have a good one. We'll see y'all later.